Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Serial Killers R Us, which in short is episode 25/7 the full English XBA and PST podcast Vidcast.
Surely,
sponsored by Cuprinol.
surely
Zero.
You mean 25/17, Daniel?
Oh, 25/17.
I
wow.
blew it.
Wow.
25/7.
10.
You're thinking 24/7.
No, I wasn't. I
We
genuinely.
work 25/8,
I
right?
just read it as 25/7.
I see. Yeah, the way I wrote it.
Can you
that's
believe
a
we've
bit-
done 25 episodes of this?
Can you believe we've already done a quarter of a century?
Everyone's been a joy.
Every single one has been.
They all blur into
pure
one another
gold.
now. They used to be like different locations. Like, do you remember that one we shot in the hotel room while we watched the USA match?
Think anyone's...
do you
In
remember?
the World Cup, yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember that
I
one
don't.
where we
In your
got Mark
house.
Robbins in?
I
And
do,
we
yeah.
sat under that little arc
Yeah.
around the table.
I remember the one that we did at your house at 5 in the morning.
Yeah, the one with the table in the middle.
Yeah.
I like that. I tell you what,
That was
we
a
need,
good setup,
I
right?
would like to buy a little table for here.
I
No,
still
but-
think our
no,
first
so it's
podcast
better
was our
than
best
Vidcast.
one.
Yeah.
It's been downhill since then.
No, I think everyone's been as good as the other. And considering the first one was like award-winning shit, like, well, the good thing
Did
is
we win an award? I don't remember that.
no, but the good thing is with everybody closing down all of our competitors, when
Joystick, CVG.
when 2016
Hey.
comes around, there'll only be us left.
Imagine what the
and
James
we
Media
will be-
Awards will be like. We'll just
Well, this
be
is
in
it.
every category.
But Rich still won't win.
Still won't win. Yeah. I'll be against myself and they'll go, and the winner is no one.
The great thing is that it'll just be us there as well. So it'll be like in the back as the
Just
top.
one table.
The games.
This year's GMAs were pretty much like that.
No,
Like the Christmas industry party was pretty much like that.
No,
They're
that was
so
just-
much smaller than they used to be.
no.
Armageddon, or whatever it's called now, is much smaller than it used to be.
I liked that though. It was nice and
The
intimate.
GMAs this year were just as big as normal, if
Yeah.
not bigger.
He just liked it because he got to chat to the Metal Gear girl.
It was nice. It was a conversation. Nice conversation we had, yeah. Nice chat.
What did you talk about?
Metal Gear.
I tell you what, you know how to do this, right? It's like find their likes and their desires,
That's it, that's
and then
it.
just talk about it
Yeah.
until they're so fucking bored of you, they just leave.
Exactly.
She was
I'm
super
good at
hot.
that. I'm good at that.
We're recording a podcast here, you know. It's like objectifying women. It took 2
Terrible.
minutes,
Game
No,
of
she was a
game.
lovely person, intelligent, and but hot.
and after all, we are still.
Red-blooded male.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, maybe.
What?
But so this
What are you
episode
saying, Dan? Are you
is
coming
the
out
Your
on the
Mum
podcast?
episode.
Why is it called Your
I
Mum?
don't know, because that's
Okay,
what
well,
Rich
Dan
wrote.
annoyed me, so I wrote
Your
your
Mum.
mum on the card.
Well, that's only because, like, fucking. Oh. I asked Rich to write down the big news stories, because this is our normal format. First normal format one of 2015.
Hey.
Yeah.
And I asked him to write them down as well as the games that we had to discuss, where we talk about what we've been playing, although it's not what we've been playing, because what we've been playing, our format's just jumbled up like a motherfucker. And then, so he just decides to mash them all together like that,
I
rather than
scribble.
topics
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
so it's ridiculous.
That's what I
But
do.
yeah, so it's good to be back properly just
Yeah. Happy New
doing
Year.
normal stuff.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Because this is where we can go on tangents and we're not stuck by sort of
Format.
schedules and formats and...
Yeah, I think heavily formatting something can make it seem a bit staid.
Well, like everyone was saying that they like the fact that we're random and we just go off topic.
Good, because I think that's how we're going to stay, isn't it?
I like the fact that Lee's deadly silent so far. It's just...
Lee, talk to us.
You look
Just-
bored?
Oh God, no, really?
No.
That's because we're back to the normal format. I know, I'm upset I can't see Destiny on that list.
Oh,
How do we even get Destiny in?
What have you been playing?
Yeah.
I got a lot of news to share.
Oh, I've been playing Persona as well. Shoehorn that referencing.
Oh, you mean the old one?
Yeah, 4.
We talked about it on the podcast. Dan bought a 3DS, one of the new ones, just so he could play Persona Bollocks, Q Bollocks.
people were asking, weren't they? You got Persona, you got Destiny. What's my thing? And I don't know. I like a bit of
Rich
everything.
came alive when we started streaming Resident Evil the other day.
I do
He was
love that
plucking
game.
facts out of his
Yeah.
grey matter.
But that he still doesn't have a game that he fixates on, does he? That he's always going back to?
No, Rich plays more games than anyone I know though.
I like to, you know, sample all
Yeah.
the meats of the stew.
But there's not one
Game
game that
stew.
you'd be like, you could just talk about forever.
I could talk about Resi forever. I could talk about Metal Gear series forever. I could talk about Assassin's Creed quite a lot. I reckon.
You don't like Assassin's Creed?
I do like Assassin's
Not a
Creed.
fan
I
of the
do.
series.
That's why it hits me hard when it's disappointing, like it has been recently.
Yeah.
I do have played those to death.
But why aren't you a fan of the series?
So,
I love that this is now on our
it's a
streams as
running
well.
joke, innit?
Anybody who listens to our podcast and joins us on our streams will notice that another running joke to do with Richard Walker is...
Oh my! What, the rage?
No,
The Dragon Age review.
the Dragon Age
Dragon
review
Age
score that
2
we've
review.
been ribbing you about for years has now slipped into the stream comments. And then, who was it? So, Ollie said yesterday.
I think I've explained myself, haven't I? Why I
Do you
scored
know what,
it
though,
that.
Rich? The reason
Every
that people
time.
keep on going on about these is because every time you react to
It's
it,
what- no,
you
it's
bite
because
every time.
It's too close to the bone. I do regret that score a
But
bit.
if somebody said to me, "Oh, you scored that too," I'd have like, "You're so."
Yeah,
It was kind of it was the time I felt like I was in the right frame of mind for it, and I enjoyed every minute of it. And it was just like, yeah, brilliant! It's what I wanted Origins to be. And then you look back and you're like, actually, Origins was the better game in retrospect.
He is right.
But yeah, well, what else?
Do you remember
I have to
Disney?
do-
Not Disney Infinity, the one before that, Disney Universe.
Yeah.
Shitty game. I gave that 8 out of 10.
Did you?
I reviewed it for a rival publication and
Oh,
called it
yeah.
like the ideal kids game.
Oh,
I've never got a review score wrong.
whatever.
That's my one big regret. But I like to think of it as like terrorism against other sites, doing shitty reviews for them down on the
Yeah, I
side.
like it.
That's good.
No, I don't think there's one review that I look back and regret. I gave Mirror's Edge a 9, and I should have given it higher so that it was sold
Higher?
more.
Oh,
I regret your
Well,
100%.
What?
I regret your 100%.
Well, both of us. Why?
GTA.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's not 100%, is it?
No, but 100% doesn't
Nothing's
mean
perfect.
perfect.
I
It
didn't
doesn't
say
mean
that.
perfection.
But that's what your...
It's like a 10 out of 10.
No.
Alright, then what would you give 100?
Ooh, well, Destiny, obviously.
No,
You would-
but
No,
you
like,
would-
like really,
you
really.
wouldn't.
your objectivity
Oh
and...
man,
it's
I
just
don't know
going
if I'd
over.
give anything 100.
Well, what's the point in having it on a 100-point scale if you don't reach it?
I don't know. I don't think we should have a 100-point scale. That's a whole other conversation.
99-point scale.
I think we should have like a
Out of 10.
3-star thing.
I think a lot of people like the old school 100 out of 100 thing.
We
Well,
do it almost like Mean Machines, don't we?
I like
Yeah,
percentages. I like percentages.
Yeah. Well, like you go back to the old games mags, like Mean Machines, like you say, that was out of 100. There's a nostalgia element for me. I like.
I remember
And
when
plus,
Mario
we've started
3
it now and we can't change it.
Mean Machines
yeah.
gave
Well, we
Mario
could.
398
We can
once.
change it. We're not bound by anything.
Well, you can't do the star one because then you wouldn't get a Metacritic.
Well, who cares?
Well, Metacritic
Well, you
is
would,
it's a
five
prestige
stars.
thing.
No, because Joystick have a Metacritic
Yeah, you-
thing, and
They've dropped their
score
review
stars.
scores now.
Have they?
Yeah,
Well,
and
and their staff.
and their website.
It's so sad.
Well, Kotaku's is interesting, isn't it? Theirs is yes,
Yes
or
or
no.
no?
I modelled our news originally on Xbox 360 fanboy.
Oh,
I
really?
liked how they operated.
Joystick.
Yeah, well, that's what it was. It was
Yeah.
a joystick, and then they put it on under the joystick.
That was a good
Okay.
site, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a great site. And I loved the way that they had. They kind of interacted with the community, and they were open. They were just having fun.
We should explain for people that don't know. Joystick used to be kind of. I'm going to
Xbox
correct me if I'm
360
wrong.
fanboy.
But there were a number. There was Xbox 360 fanboy.
PS3
There was like an
fanboy.
MMO kind of one as well, wasn't
PS3
there?
fanboy.
And PS3 fanboy. There were a load of them, and they all kind of funneled into Joystick. Is that right?
Yeah,
Bit like that.
but joystick was still there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I don't quite know how it works actually. And they'd pluck some of the content and put it on Joystick every now and again.
Yeah, I know. Wasn't joystick like all the feeds
Of all
to
of them.
one?
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Because wasn't it WoW Insider? Was that it?
That's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
pull that out there.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
But yeah, like back in the day when we were like, this is before you two even started, and we were like,
Yeah.
we want to do news. And I was like, that's the kind of news I want to do. I want to keep it short. I want to keep it pithy. I want to keep it entertaining. And now,
No, we don't
No,
do any
look
of
what
those
we've done.
things.
yeah,
Sorry, everyone. So yeah, rest in peace, Joystick. Should those rumours be true, which they are.
Yeah.
well, yeah. Considering, did you see the news piece they put out? It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we're aware of the rumours, and nobody will tell us.
Yeah.
Oh God.
How do we get onto that?
That's the
If you're
worst.
going to sack us, will you tell us?
Yeah, can you at least let us
Rather than
know.
like tweeting it first.
Leave it in the
No,
dark.
what I'd do is
Dark.
I'd lock you in the office, right? And
Like Alan Partridge.
I like Alan Partridge. Shout through the door. No, I'd go, Rich, you turned the plug off too many times. You're fired.
Oh,
Do you know what? I would fully support that.
Yeah, I know. And I've already issued warnings for it.
And everyone on Twitter would be like, I'm really sorry to hear about the layoffs at X360, at Rezero.
No one would give a shit.
Rich has been turning
No
things up
one
at the fucking
would
wall again for no reason.
Imagine that. Sorry guys, just want to let you know I've been sacked. Oh, what did you do? I turned the plug off at the wall.
And do you know what?
Too
If
many
you came
times.
to me and I looked through your history and I said, why did you leave that job? And you explained that it's because you turned things off at the wall. Unemployable. Unemployable.
I think you are. I think you're stuck in this job for life now.
Someone told me that plugs you have in the wall that are switched on, a little trickle of electricity still comes through. So you're still burning electricity, energy.
So?
And I'm very environmentally conscious and I
You
don't want
bollocks.
that. I am. I recycle.
Oh, actually,
I
is.
do all that shit.
So Rich walks to the shop.
Yeah, to recycle my stuff because we don't have recycling facilities in our building anymore. So I go out of my way to
This
go
is
to the
podcast
recycle
gold.
point. I do. I walked.
Well, we're 10 minutes
what's
in,
it?
and have we talked about games?
10 minutes.
Not really.
Is that all? God, it feels like we've done an hour already.
We've talked about your mum.
Your mum.
So that's going to be the name of the episode. It's going to be the one we decided to call your mum. But I guess it's that time again. What time is it?
It's time for the fucking news!
Right,
Yes,
there you go.
it's time for the fucking news.
Cheers,
So
Swiggy.
what's the news, Dan?
We like
Tell
a
us
beep
the
beep
news.
beep 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 news coming in.
What have you got?
The rumour today coming out of Internet Land, actually it was on Xbox.com, right?
Mm-hmm.
That the Battlefield beta is coming February 3rd.
Yeah, so next week. That's according to a listing on Xbox.com, which seems pretty legitimate. So
What's going to be in it? Do we know?
yes.
What?
Well, according to the listing, this is again. It's on the overview description. It says there'll be heist mode, hotwire mode, which
Right.
are two cops and robbers thing.
Right.
And then there'll be the classic conquest mode, which, as everyone knows who's ever played a Battlefield game, is one where you go around grabbing the flags and sort of
Territories.
retaining the territory while your flag goes up and tickets go down and
Territories.
territories and you know.
It's called Territories. That's what every other game calls it.
Conquest. It's conquest in Battlefield. But yeah.
Or King of the Hill.
So
That's not King of the Hill, is it?
Yeah, so that's pretty cool, and
Do
we
we
don't know when it
think-
lasts until, but
After the first beta, whatever,
yeah,
not that many people were excited, were they?
no.
Do you think this one's going to turn people around?
Well, based on the single player stuff I played, it was fun,
Single player doesn't count.
but Battlefield is all about the multiplayer. So if the single player's fun, surely the multiplayer's gotta be,
What?
because the mechanics, it all translates.
Yeah, but I'm going to go to Dan's
Dan can't
go-to
comment
thing.
because
I
he's
can't
a
comment.
member.
Dan played it the other
He's
day.
played it,
But
yeah.
it's like what Dan says about driving games. When I say, well, you know, it feels nice driving the car, and
This
he's
is
like, well, that's the
same
bare
game.
minimum.
This is the same game. I'm talking about Battlefield single player, the mechanics of that and how it handles. Surely that translates into the multiplayer.
I don't
You
agree.
can use a grappling hook
So you
to
think
get on a roof and approach them a different way.
that's something you can do in
I
single
like
player?
Sure.
I like
That's something
Far
you can do
Cry
single
4,
player.
but it doesn't mean I like the multiplayer.
But the mechanics are the same. You can say that, right? That the basic shooting mechanics between Far Cry 4 single player and multiplayer are the same.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
well, it doesn't tell me anything.
It does. It tells you that the mechanics are the
You
same.
know
They'll
what?
play well.
You know what will tell you something?
What?
When next Monday comes around,
What's happening then, Dan?
and then the embargo lifts, and we're going to roll out an hour-long
The video.
footage of something.
I'm feeling the pressure for that video. Do you want to know why?
Because the last one we did was
We did
Call of Duty one.
we did an hour-long Call of Duty one, and we were deliberately being kind of ignorant because we hadn't really played Call of Duty in a while, like a lot of people.
Yeah, you're
And all the way through it, Dan was like, yeah, I'm more of a Battlefield guy. And people in the comments were like, fucking Battlefield, this proves that Battlefield players are the worst people ever, and shit like that. And now we're going to have to play Battlefield.
It's good. I've got some good footage.
I think all
come
the way
off quite
through-
respectable.
Do you know what you should do? You should say, I'm all for Call of
Yeah,
Duty,
no, that's
guys.
exactly what we should do. That's exactly what we should
I'm
do.
going to do it and see whether somebody picks us up on it, and then we'll just refer them back to this podcast and go, look, it was on
You
purpose.
should be like, oh, it's this shit without exosuits.
Yeah. And then I'm going to talk about skull fucking again, and
Oh yeah, it's back, yeah.
yeah.
Excellent.
I like that.
There you go.
But I am more of a Call of Duty guy.
Yeah, definitely. Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, I can't talk about that. So yeah, carry on if you want to talk about that.
Well,
Well, of what I've seen, I Fuck it, I'm going to say it. I watched a bit of Dan's footage.
You can't say that.
And it looked fun.
You can't.
I've said it.
You can't.
He's not
under embargo though, is he?
He is. The entire publication's under embargo.
Really?
We're going to get closed
it looked
down.
fun.
We're going to get closed down, which is something the last beta didn't look.
Do you think EA would be angry? Said, you said our game looks fun. We're going to show.
If we rolled out a review now and gave it 90, what would they do?
Well, that they would. Somebody rolled out
it would be massively discredited.
The Independent.
It's not finished.
The Independent rolled out a Witcher review.
Oh yeah.
After the trip.
Who was it?
And it said it was based on incomplete code.
I think it was
the best RPG that
really?
would define a kind of generation.
Was it what's her face?
Don't know.
Emily.
Emily.
From the Independent, or is that the Telegraph? Maybe that's the Telegraph.
Was it Independent who did a crew review that ended with the sentence, "Now all I have to do is join a crew"?
Yeah.
You kind of missed the point of the game entirely. But yeah, interesting. There you go.
What did they give The Witcher? These people.
I don't know. I didn't look at it. I'd say these days I'm really precious about where I click.
Right.
You're not getting my click. You're not getting my click.
I'm still intrigued to know that if you busted an embargo and gave something 100 out of 100, would you get blacklisted?
Yeah, how would they respond to that?
We're really angry that you said our game is one of the best games ever.
Yeah.
But I think it's not that. It's the fact that everybody else will be pissed off.
Yeah.
And you will force embargo breaks across the thing.
That's true.
So they will ask you to remove it.
The trust
but they'll ask you to remove it and go, thanks for that review. Would you mind just taking it down?
Can we use a quote in the marketing, please?
But if you want to leave it up for a few more hours and just say you didn't get the message, we're okay with that.
Have you ever broken an embargo?
Yes.
I have by accident.
Go on, Rich, you first.
Red Dead Redemption, I think I did it a day early, but
you did,
totally by
because
accident.
then they were on to
my
review. Was like, no, it was a preview, I think, and they were like...
mine was a Rockstar one.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was Midnight Club.
Oh, blimey, a while ago then.
Yeah, Gamescom, or was Games Convention.
Right.
Yeah,
Leipzig.
I think it was 07 maybe.
Okay.
They basically made me sign an NDA. They took away the NDA, and I published it on the date of the NDA. They didn't tell me the NDA date had changed.
Oh shit.
So I argued with them. This was like lawyers were involved and everything. I was like, not being funny, but I've got signed documentation here.
Yeah.
I've been notified of no changes. And then, a few weeks later, the PR person got sacked, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Shit.
So I've never argued since. I'm like, oh, shit. I don't think they were related.
Right.
But that'd be horrible.
Yeah, that'd be harsh.
Alright, let's move on. Let's jump back a week or so. Borderlands, the Handsome.
Handsome edition.
The Handsome Collection. Borderlands 2 and pre-sequel.
Why isn't the first one in there?
Because it's the Handsome Collection.
Yeah, but why isn't the first one in there and they call it something different?
Don't know. Do you know Dan? Why is that? You're
still singing them.
Why?
Why? Because Handsome Jack
why
isn't
did
the
you
first
decide
one.
that?
Handsome Jack isn't in the first one.
No,
but the name comes after you decide what's in the box.
Mate, it's too much hassle to go back and...
Do you think it's too old? It's just too old.
No, they just can't be bothered, can they?
Yeah, it does seem a bit weird. But yeah, you can get Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel remastered, I guess.
I don't think I'll play them.
And the
Xbox One and
squillions of
PS4.
DLCs.
And all the DLCs.
Actually, we might do it because we'll just stream it, right?
Well, I never finished 2 and I didn't even touch pre-sequel.
I like 2 and I did pre-sequel.
Good,
I thought.
I'm going to say this now, I'm bored of Borderlands.
Are you really?
I don't think there's enough story.
You know what, actually, I played the shit out of Borderlands 2. I played the story through the pre-sequel, went back for a little bit in Ultimate Vault, and didn't play nearly as long as I did with the second one. No. Yeah,
I finished the first one twice on Xbox and PlayStation.
Oh wow!
Doesn't do enough to wow me these days.
I get really, I find that kind of loot thing compulsive, compelling.
I did as well.
Yeah, I did, but now I'm thinking, what? I don't want to end up like Bradley. So I've had to rethink my entire life and all my life decisions.
Yeah.
I don't want to be playing Destiny every Wednesday because it's Happy Reset, no, Tuesday, right? Happy Reset Day, and then, oh shit, I've got to be on Saturday because
Zer's in the tower.
I just don't want to be that guy. The officer's got one of them.
I've got 18 strange coins.
I've got 32, I'm ready.
32 strange coins?
Yeah.
For what?
Great.
For Zer.
What do you need 32?
Well, I only need like
Don't ask
17.
Destiny
Really.
questions.
Does he
you
just
start
bring one weapon?
No, he brings upgrade stuff and armour and one weapon. One new weapon, yeah.
So what's next?
Destiny
On the
2?
news thing? No, the news docket.
Yeah, so Borderlands, that's coming, whatever.
Yeah. Borderlands 3 as well.
Let's talk about Borderlands 3 and just how I just said that I was bored of Borderlands.
Yeah. Would you play Borderlands 3?
Yeah.
There you go. So you can't be
It's
that
not
bad.
gonna, no, but it's. I didn't play the pre-sequel though.
Okay.
I get the feeling that they're going to shake up the formula a bit.
I hope so because I think it needs it.
Well, basically, this
I
originates
want it to be more
from-
story-driven. I'm all about stories these days.
There's a story, doesn't it? It's
Not really.
a lot of side questing.
I want another Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, but Valve don't do threes, do they?
We're allowed to talk about that? We are, aren't we?
Yeah.
You asked them about it. What did they say?
Turtle Rock.
His exact
Yes,
words
about-
were, yeah, if we're talking about
Not
Turtle
Valve.
Rock, Turtle Rock did Left 4 Dead 1 and Left 4Dead 2. He said he never wanted to go
They didn't
back.
do two, did they? Valve did two. I think Valve did two themselves.
Did they?
Yeah, I don't
No.
think Turtle Rock were involved.
Fairly sure they were.
But he said he didn't want to go back.
No, yeah.
I'm
said, would you ever go back? He didn't know.
Left 4 Dead 2 was Valve's baby.
Why not? Why doesn't he want to go back?
I just think that they spent many years. No, I swear they did it. They did it. Because he said they spent many years, a big portion of his life, developers Turtle Rock and Valve.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I stand
And
corrected.
the only reason it says
I stand
Valve on there
corrected.
is because so the guy in the orthopaedic
So the
shoes.
man in the orthopedic shoes, yeah.
Oh God.
It wouldn't be a podcast without a Partridge reference.
Two parts, sure.
Yeah, he just said he's not interested, but I would love to see a new
It's a
Left 4 Dead.
shame. Yeah.
Or Left 4 Dead 1 and 2
Remastered.
remastered.
Ooh. Ooh.
I love those games.
I think we should do a 10 games from last year we want to see
remastered.
remastered.
Yeah, that's a really good
Left 4
idea.
Dead 1, Left 4 Dead 2.
Although
That'd be number one for me.
aren't we
Mass Effect.
aren't we kind of promoting something that people are getting a bit sick of
Maybe.
if we do that?
Gears of War.
Well, no, because if you think about it, Valve are making games anyway, so they may as well fucking make this. So,
True. Might as well do something. Yeah.
Gears.
You'd like to see Gears remastered?
Gears. Mass Effect.
no, I would like to see Mass Effect.
Why not?
And that's my favourite franchise of all time as well. Just because I've played it far too many times, and when it comes out again, I'd be obliged to play it. And the
Yeah.
achievements wouldn't change, and then I'd be playing through Mass Effect
What if it
1
had brand new
for another
achievements?
3 times.
What if it had 10,000 achievements
Well,
and they were
Master
all
Chief
new?
Collection. If it had like 3,000.
Oh man, I'll be up for that shit,
games.
yeah. And they're
new
all
achievements.
different, like the Master Chief Collection as well,
The
yeah.
Commander Shepard collection.
Yeah.
Femshep collection.
Shep.
But no, as much as I love Mass Effect, I'd much rather be doing new experiences or Left 4 Dead HD.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to be said for new IPs, new games.
I'd play a Witcher remasters as well.
Well, I think they should remaster the first game because it never came to consoles.
Well, they
That
was
makes
going
sense
to,
to
but
remaster.
they hired a company to do it, and
They
the
buggered it out.
company like run off for the money or something.
Really?
There was some kind of controversy
Sods.
about it.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at our games now.
Bastards.
Or to
I want to play Mirror's Edge again.
Slap
well,
finish
what
that.
about a remake of Persona 4 then?
No,
No.
I wouldn't play it again.
No.
That's what Golden is though, right?
Yeah, it is, isn't
So,
it? Basically, yeah, you're right. I'd like to play a new gen version of Destiny. With better graphics.
Yes,
Yeah.
that'd be good.
And all of the DLC.
Remastered.
Yeah. What about all of the story that was cut out?
Yeah, that'd be good.
I might play it then. But yeah, okay, that's a random tangent. Let's alright, well let's jump on to, I would say, the most interesting piece of news. Actually, maybe not. Well, one of the most interesting pieces of news that came out today, this morning, Richard, was about Assassin's Creed going to Japan.
Yes, in 2016 there's a theory
But
that
2016, that's not even mentioned in the images at all, right?
No. It's
Yeah, that's just a
speculation.
guess, right?
It's speculation totally, but there's a logic to it. There's basically a guy on the Ubisoft forum who noticed,
And his brother works in the development studio.
and he noticed
And he says
as
it's
a cleaner.
and
he
his
overheard
uncle
someone
No.
say the word Japan.
It's nothing like that.
having sex in the store
Nothing like
cover
that.
again.
It has
Assassin's
a
Creed
good,
Japan!
it has a logic and it sounds plausible. Basically,
isn't Assassin's Creed Japan basically Tenchu?
that would be great. I love Tenchu.
Just remake.
I mean, it
just
turned
do
to
it
shit.
in Tenchu.
Later
Yeah,
versions of
right.
Tenchu, yeah. Tenchu 3 was the last one I enjoyed.
Is that the one on the 360?
PS2. No, PS2.
The one on the
360 was
360 was
horrendous, yeah.
I played that one. It was a bit shit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Tenchu 2 was fun because you had the level editor, and my mate made one with one bad guy in the middle and loads of logs around it, and it was just ridiculous. It was impossible. You were just basically trapped in this massive forest with this one guy. It was impossible to complete.
Tell us the story. We won't interrupt, promise.
Okay, yeah. So the guy basically had the art books for Assassin's Creed Black Flag and some other stuff, and in there's this concept image of the Abstergo lobby from the present day section.
Should we trust you? I mean, after all, you don't like Assassin's Creed.
Well, no, don't trust me at all. But yeah, this is what the guy said. So he found this image, and it had little images from the different Assassin's Creed games in the background. Quite easy to miss if you're not really looking at it intently. But there's an image from Assassin's Creed 1, like a little church. There's a landmark from Florence from Assassin's Creed 2. And then there's a tropical island from 4. And I think the concept art is from 4. So it's like 2013 this image came out. So it predicted Assassin's Creed Unity with a picture of Notre Dame. And it predicted the leaked Assassin's Creed Victory in London, because there's a picture of the Houses of Parliament. And so the other image is an image of like a temple in Japan. So the logic there is that if it predicted 2014's and 2015's game, 2016's game is going to be Japan. So that's the theory.
I used to love Assassin's Creed.
Me too. Me too.
No, he
Just
doesn't like it.
going back to Unity and Black Flag, they just did my head in. I enjoyed Rogue, and just those two. I feel like I'm a stuck record now. I say it every time.
I lost the way after Revelations.
Renovations.
Renovations. Assassin's Creed Renovations.
What, you didn't like the third
Assassin's
person,
Creed
the first
does need
person,
renovations.
Puzzle things, jumping the platforms?
Oh,
Do you remember
God,
those
yeah.
bits?
Oh God, yeah.
They're dreadful, aren't they? They're awful.
And the tower defence minigames.
Oh
Like,
God, what were they
fuck?
thinking? Yeah, that was the first low review score I'd ever given to an Assassin's Creed game, and I don't think I've given.
A high one since?
Oh no, I gave the high score to 3.
And Rogue.
And Rogue, true, yeah. But Unity and Black Flag I found disappointing. And a lot
I
of
like
people
3.
hated 3, but I enjoyed it.
I think I'm one of the few.
I think we're in the minority. Yeah.
Do you know what I think? That's what I think about Assassin's
Well,
Creed.
you like
think
Destiny,
that about
mate,
racing
so-
games. You think that about sports games.
No, I like some sports games. I like football games.
Do you know what, Lee? You're fast becoming my least favourite video games writer in history.
You're not the first person to say that, Rich.
You won't be the last. Right, more on the news. Reptile and MKX.
Yeah, NetherRealm and Warner Brothers have announced that Reptile will be coming back for Mortal Kombat 10, and they're announcing another character this week, I believe, which I'll probably get to see.
Is Reptile in the first Mortal Kombat? Do you know
No, I
his
think he
history?
debuted in the second, didn't he, as a reskin of Scorpion and Sub-Zero, as a green one of them.
There's a few characters in
Wasn't it?
Mortal Kombat 10 that come from Mortal Kombat 2 that are making their return. Don't ask me their names, but I did a story recently.
Kung Lao,
Oh yeah.
Quan Chi. No, Quan Chi was like was he
Ching
3 or 4?
Chu. Hang Wu.
Han Guang, and no.
Yeah, but there is a few. They're kind of
Yeah.
going back to 2, aren't they, and dragging up the characters.
Boring on the
Raiden
racism.
No, it was a little bit.
Raiden's back, but he's from the original Kano. He's in.
Kano, didn't he have a hit single in 2010?
The grime guy.
2010.
Yeah.
I don't understand the reference you're making.
Kano, he was a singer.
I killed Kano in Crackdown 2 and gave him multiplayer Crackdown 2 at an event.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He went, who set me on fire and ran me over? I was like, me.
And then he's like, was that Blade?
Yeah.
I'm from the streets.
I did it.
Wait. So Kano's that like? Is he like
He's
an
a-
R&B singer?
Yeah,
or
he's like a
something?
grime.
He's like a grime rappy fella, UK grime.
And you
artist.
ran him over.
I set
Not
him
in
on
real
fire. I
life,
set him on
in-
fire and ran him over.
in Crackdown?
Yeah, in Crackdown 2.
Wow.
At an event like
That's something to
4
tell the
4 or 5
grandchildren.
years ago, yeah. Absolutely.
So we'll be talking more about, maybe, depending on the embargo, Mortal Kombat next week, I would have thought.
Yes, probably.
We've got a couple of pieces of news here. Microsoft Holodeck.
HoloLens.
Holodeck.
HoloLens.
Okay.
HoloLens. So at the
I have
end
no
of
idea what this is, to be fair.
At the end of the Windows 10 conference that Microsoft had recently, they announced something called HoloLens, which differs from Oculus Rift and Project Morpheus in that it's an augmented reality headset rather than a virtual reality headset.
Okay.
The difference being that virtual reality, you're looking at screens and you're living in the world of the screen. Augmented reality obviously means that it mixes with the real world with shit that they're projecting onto
That can't
the
be
thing.
good. Imagine that Call of Duty with augmented reality.
Well, they show the thing.
Do I really shoot? God damn! Shut up.
Get what is it? The PTSD. What is it? Post-traumatic stress disorder. Or something.
Right, yeah,
PTSD.
Standing over and just properly teabagging.
Oh God.
They showed like a Minecraft thing off that looked really cool, where the landscape went like over the coffee table and everything. They showed another thing where the wall exploded and through the hole in the wall was a Minecraft world. It looked kind of cool.
Did you go through the wall?
Oh, you'd smash your head. But the thing about it is that it's completely self-contained.
Right.
It's got its own computer in it, so you don't have to plug it into anything.
Right.
It doesn't have to be plugged into a PC.
Do you know what I'm predicting right now?
What?
Someone's going to be projecting a game onto like their front door or something, and they're going to be so into it, and like someone's going to come through the door and they're going to kill them. There's going to be a HoloLens murder. The HoloLens murders. Mark my words, man.
I'm predicting that these will eventually be contact lenses. And
Yeah.
they
We
will
walk
be,
around going,
No, I predict that
adverts will
you'll
be
get
delivered.
Xbox
Oh, God.
eyes. They'll just take your eyeballs out and give you better ones. But there'll be like free-to-play versions, and you get adverts every few
everyone will
minutes.
just be out of reality the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a question, completely off topic. Where's gaming going next?
Yeah, well, what I just described.
What you just said. Yeah.
And it'll just go black when you're out shopping. It'll just go completely black, and it'll say you need to buy 50 gems for $1.99
Yeah.
to be able to see.
I can't see. I need to do a microtransaction.
But seriously, in terms of like gaming, we had obviously 1-bit.
Pong. You're going back to Pong.
exactly.
Right? Okay.
And then to 8-bit.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, well, you
How
know.
many bits are we on now?
We're on 7.
Let's think
7
about
billion
this.
bit.
If it goes up exponentially, what was
'cause
PS2 was 128?
No,
wasn't
no,
it?
because that was actually the power of it.
Yeah. So PS2 was 128.
But you're
That's
not
the last
gonna-
time I remember bits being a thing.
Yeah, but you're not going to be able to do it with the Xbox One.
So
'cause it's
the
going to be
Xbox
millions,
360 is
right?
256 bit.
No, it's
So
not. It's more than that.
that means the Xbox One is
512.
like 512 bit.
There you go, we worked it out.
No,
I'm joking.
but there is
Obviously it's not
logic.
that anymore.
But seriously, we've gone from that, and we've got photorealistic games.
Everyone's putting their money in some kind of virtual or augmented reality, but the problem is, and I alluded to this when I was writing about it, I don't know if people want it yet. We've not been given a compelling reason why it's going to make it better.
You
I
tried
don't think-
downloading Human, didn't you?
Yeah.
Was that a convincing enough argument for virtual reality, do you think?
I think it was a convincing enough argument for new experiences, but not to replace the
What
Call
we've
of
got?
Duty game and the PES game.
Could
and,
you see it going that way?
No,
No?
no. I can
Is
just
it-
see it's like, oh, I want to try something different. I'll try this augmented
It's a
reality.
gimmick.
Yeah,
Gimmick,
well, not a
basically.
gimmick. I just think it's a new, like
Something
mobile
else.
gaming.
Okay.
That's a new kind of, but nothing is going to replace the kind of the core experience.
I just can't see myself looking like a plum on my couch with a headset going.
You wouldn't see yourself so.
Well,
But
no,
if
but
you've got a controller and a virtual reality headset, and you just control yourself in the normal way, because that's the real problem, isn't it? It's controls. It's the same thing with Kinect. It's great in that, but nothing's as good as a
direct
controller.
input, Yeah.
Just isn't, unless you're playing on our telly.
Yeah.
So it's just got massive input lag and it's
Yeah, we
running.
need to sort that because we've got Battlefield coming up. We're going to stream.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, we need to. So I don't know. That's where everyone's putting their money, but I don't know if that's going to be the future. I think you're right. It'll just be another strand that goes off in a different direction.
But what comes next after this? It's like what comes next after the internet?
Holodeck. Yeah. The holodeck from Star Trek.
But I don't want to act shit
To
out.
reality. Why not?
I like the fact that I can press a button and a world blows up. I don't want to have to move. Do you know what I mean?
Run down
What
the
if you could-
street to plant a bomb to
What
run
if you're
back.
entirely immersed in this world and you could just point at the world and it goes boom?
What
I don't have to
happens?
point,
What
you've got
happens
to go
if you had something on your head that so when you walked into the holodeck, it was like reading the impulses of your brain, and you weren't actually moving,
That's
but
funny.
your body was telling your
Right.
hologram to move.
Or like mind control.
Yeah, a little bit like that. So you
They've
you
toyed
sat
with
here
that,
now,
man.
right? And you're like, I'm gonna move my right arm. You do it. It's
Yeah,
that kind
yeah.
of thing that your body, your brain is telling you.
This is a massive tangent, man. I think we could do a special on this, almost just talking about the future of games, couldn't we?
No, I'm done now.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Rich,
Yeah.
you done?
It's going to be like the Matrix. We're all going to sit in baths full of baked beans
Pink goo. Yeah.
and live out other lives.
You know what? I'd be alright with that.
Would you?
As long as the baked beans were like warm.
Here's a question. Would you live a life that was miserable but real?
I do.
Or, or live a life that was glorious but fake, but you didn't know it was fake?
Who gives a shit? It's glorious and fake, man. As long as it's happy.
No, I'd rather have a real life.
Would you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
Because
It's all perception, isn't it? Maybe we are in a bar full of baked beans.
I feel like I can make more of an impact in a like actual impact in a real.
You can add to the misery of a miserable world.
Well,
I'd
no,
like to
'cause
have the option to be able to go in and out of like maybe a simulated life.
No,
Well, I was watching something the other day.
Wouldn't you get a bit bored?
you wouldn't know. It's just you would be living a life, but everything went right for you.
Well, that'd get boring, wouldn't it? Like everything going right, it'd just be like.
Whatever you want the life to be, it will be. So if you want a miserable life, Rich, it'll be that.
Oh, I see. So not everything
You
does go
could
right
say
necessarily.
that's what this life is.
Yeah.
Because your life is what you make of it.
Although unforeseen shit can happen. Can't
And
it? It's out of
welcome
your
to
control.
our inspirational posters episode where Lee says shit that we'll put on posters after.
Actually, I suppose if you could cancel out random horrible shit happening to you, that's gonna be a good
Starting
thing,
to
right?
work here, continuing to work here,
Oh, Lee, you
being
don't
on this
feel that
couch
way.
right now.
You don't feel that way.
I can help with that. I can accelerate the process.
Should we fire Lee on the podcast?
Yes.
Games websites don't need more layoffs, Dan.
Well,
Don't add to
exclusive. This isn't a layoff. This is a firing. People can't blame me for firing you.
Oh, let me finish up the HoloLens thing.
Cool.
It doesn't need to be plugged into an Xbox, but Phil Spencer is looking at potential Xbox applications for it.
Okay.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Awesome. Thank you very much for joining us. Oh, not Rock Band coming back. Apparently.
Well, yeah,
maybe.
this is quite old now, but we haven't been.
last
doing-
week.
No,
Yeah, we haven't
was it?
podcasted about
Was
it.
it last week?
Yeah.
Rock
Feels
Band might
like
be
it's
coming
longer than
back.
that. Well, it's relatively oldish. We're
You're
just getting
relatively
back
oldish,
to
but
the.
we're not saying it to you
We're
every
only just
day.
getting back to the new format now, but yeah, if you haven't been keeping an eye on the news, Rock Band might be making a comeback.
We're not. So
Harmonix.
the whole idea of this section is that we don't tell them the news. They know the news. We just discuss it.
Okay, well, Harmonix have put out a survey, haven't they, asking what people would want from new Rock
I
Band.
don't know. You know
to
the
make
news.
it. Well, I'm telling you so that you can contribute to the conversation. So, did you not fill out the survey? I thought you'd be right in there.
No, I just assumed they'd know I'd want a Rock
Okay.
Band.
I
There's
don't
stuff
want
like-
Rock Band to come back purely because we'll have to do those bloody updates
Well,
every
you answer
Friday.
all these questions in the survey, and then the final question
It's
is,
good reason.
would you be willing to pre-order a new Rock Band? And I answered all these questions. I was like, nah. Yeah, I don't think I would. Because I thought about it for a while. That last question, I was like, would I pre-order a new Rock
So
Band?
this is I love this process. I'm doing
would-
a survey and yeah, whatever. And Rich is like, no, would I really? I just put no, yeah, just like, yeah.
Well, no, I'm thinking I wouldn't pre-order one. I would possibly buy one
Oh, I see.
later on.
But
Yeah.
But the question was, would you be willing to pre-order?
I just love that in your head you're like, if I click yes, I'm committing to pre-ordering here.
No.
And it's like, not Mr. Richard Walker on the 17th of January
No,
2014. You
They're
15
asking, would I pre-order, and I wouldn't.
on the 25th of January
No, I know what you're saying.
2015.
but I'm
You
being,
committed
that was
to
my
buying
honest answer.
a
Well, I
copy
knew it
of
wasn't
Rock
committed
Band
to buying.
5.
What if they
5
did?
or
What if
4?
they had you on that? 4. What are you doing? It's rude.
I think the joystick thing's official now.
Oh, is it?
Oh really?
You heard it here, probably not first.
Oh, literally, this is live breaking news on a podcast that isn't going to be
It's
live
not gonna be live
breaking.
for a couple of days.
Well, the UK editor of Joystick is asking people to pass around his online TV.
Oh really?
And in brackets he says for reasons.
For reasons.
So I think we
wow.
can presume that at least he's got the chop.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sinan. Love you, Sinan.
Alright, let's get back onto something a little bit cheerier. And close the segment.
Hold on.
We've got
Would
a-
either of you like Rock Band back?
Yeah, of course.
You would. Lee?
Yeah.
Lee's not bothered, are you?
You know what? I want Guitar Hero back.
Do you?
Yeah.
Rock Band was the better of the two.
Yeah, but I just like Guitar Hero because it was really simple. Like Rock Band was like proper learning
Really?
shit.
It's about the same. It's about the same, right?
I just wanted dumb fun. Well, we're not ready yet. We're
Not ready yet. Is that all the news after that? Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so Dan would like Rock Band back. I'm not too fussed, and I ain't least bothered either way.
So
that was the news.
And just as a bit of a because this is brand new, right? We've not used this before, have we?
I don't think we have.
No, we haven't, have we?
No, I think we have.
So we've now got an outro to our little news segment, which Lee will play, and this is thanks to Twiggy.
Thanks to Twiggy
once again. You'll know it's Twiggy as soon as. Well, it's in the same vein as
the intro.
Yeah. So Lee, go with it.
It's the end of the fucking year!
There you go.
I love that.
It's great.
Oh, it's still good. Wow.
A little bit of reverb on the end of it.
Yes,
Whatever you
that
call
was the end of the fucking news.
it. It was indeed.
I love that. That's
yeah.
the best thing that I've ever done on this podcast.
I agree.
Played that.
So yeah, I mean, the year's only just underway. 1 month gone. There's been quite a lot of fairly big stuff. Right?
What news? No, not really. That's all shit.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. What was the point in that? That whole half an hour was a waste
Oh
of time.
no, it wasn't. We're discussing it, but I mean, there's nothing. No, game announcements. That's the big stuff, right?
Yeah, that's not really
Controversy. Where's the controversy?
No, I don't want
Should
any
we
of this
create
shit.
some- No, we don't want
We want
controversy.
happiness
There's
and rainbows.
enough of that.
No, our traffic thrives on when Xbox One and PSN was down. We had
You
record
say that,
figures.
but 2014's biggest controversies we didn't touch, and
Yeah.
we still do, right?
Our biggest news story of last year and most busiest time of last year was when PSN and Xbox Live were down because everybody flocked to our forums to moan about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
At Christmas?
Yeah, I think we broke records when the PSN was down over Christmas.
Blimey.
No,
Site records.
Maybe we should have like an in-house hacking team that do it. We've got a lull.
Just hacking all the time.
I don't like that our record-breaking days are always the days that me and Rich don't write any news.
Yeah, that's not
I
good.
love it because
It shows how expendable we are.
well, it shows that when you get a little bit lippy about your position in the company, I'll be like, mate, record figures, you weren't even there.
When do I ever get lippy, Dad?
Shall I answer that?
Yeah, go on.
All the time.
Alright, fair enough.
There you go. Alright, well, so we've got like 20 minutes left now. That went on for longer than I expected. We've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games here. Let's race through the chaff and get to the good stuff. So, Get Out of Hell.
Definitely chaff.
Oh, ouch.
Chaff or spaff? This is our new thing.
What
I think we
is
should
spaff?
do. Right.
Oh, really?
When you spaff.
Is that what is that a word?
Yeah, when
for
you
it?
spaff.
Didn't
You've
know
heard
that.
that, right?
That's new to me. Well, you taught me what janky meant. You know all the weird words.
Janky, you never heard
spaff.
that?
I hadn't before you started saying
What's janky?
No, what kind of wonky?
it. Wonky.
Oh,
Why did you
yeah,
say
I
wonky?
just thought it was something else.
Janky. Mind you, I told you what a blunkin was, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
yeah, that's
I've
really
forgotten.
weird.
Well, it's something rude, isn't
Something
it?
else.
It's like a
something
sex
horrible.
act.
Is it blowjob or something in the toilet?
You remembered? Yeah.
Tried it.
Oh, God.
Couldn't reach though.
So I think this is what we should do. Every month we should do
So a sex act.
no a chaff or spaff.
Chaff or spaff. Alright, so Get Out of Hell. Chaff or spaff, Lee?
Chaff.
And why?
It's a standalone thingy, expansion for Saints Row 4, and it feels just kind of inconsequential. It's kind of fun, but it's pointless.
I like that
Okay.
word, inconsequential.
Right, let's move on because yeah, whatever.
Well, it's just side missions, no story as well, which is
Yeah,
disappointing.
There's kind of a story, but there's no story missions.
Yeah, that's poop.
Alright, well, we can't really do chaff or spaff and Life is Strange until
The embargo breaks tomorrow for the review.
what time?
6, I think, or something like that.
What time do we need to put the podcast up? We put it
Last one of the last things, isn't it?
on
Yeah.
Friday, right?
Yeah.
Go on, talk about it. Might as well.
Okay.
Chaff or spaff?
I think spaff. I really enjoyed it.
I love it.
I really liked it. I thought it was really cool. Seems inappropriate to call a game featuring an 18-year-old girl spaff.
Why? She's legal. Oh wow.
It's how
it's-
telltale is it?
It's well, I spoke to the guy and he said that they were heavily influenced by Telltale, so it has got Telltale-y aspects to it, but it's a bit more free, roamy, You can walk around quite freely.
Telltale, free roaming.
Those are the bits in Telltale games I like the least. When you walk around.
Yeah, but this is different.
This is a bit different, yeah.
If you watch our quick look on Rosero Network on YouTube, /
that sounds like the home of quality video content.
It is.
But I genuinely enjoyed it.
But the first 20 minutes shows you that it's not actually...
Yeah.
Like, it's really inconsequential in Telltale games to search and look.
Yeah.
It's just to continue the story. It's like you've got to click 3 things before you can move on.
It's a bit
when you get to the post...
With Life is Strange, it's not like that at all.
You get to the post-episode screen, it shows all the decisions you've made. You think like something like changing a message on the little whiteboard outside your room on the campus. You think, oh, it's just a little bit of fun. But that's one of the little decisions that changes something later on. Even little things and how you interact with like the bitch girl who's your rival, that will play into the story later on and stuff. So even these little things that you think are minor, it all adds up. So I think it shows a lot of promise. It's hard. It's always hard to kind of see where it's going with the first episode of something. It's like second, third, fourth episode you start to get an idea, but
you care about the characters.
I care about the characters totally.
Well, that's
Max
half the battle,
Caulfield's
isn't it?
really
Max Caulfield.
Caulfield.
Oh.
Caulfield.
There is a Max Caulfield, right?
I don't know.
I thought it was a Max Caulfield.
Yeah, maybe.
Max
Somewhere in
Crawford.
the world.
Crawford, maybe.
Max Crawford.
I don't know, mate. You'd have to look it up. I really don't know.
All right. Could you describe it as Quantum Dream meets
Quantic
Telltale?
Dream a little bit.
Quantic Dream,
yeah,
sorry.
I suppose. Yeah, there's aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I like both of those.
sort of Heavy Rain, Beyondy.
I fucking want a David Cage game this year.
Oh yeah, it's bound to, right? It's about time.
Well, you say that. Beyond was pimped out for years before it came out, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, I think they'll announce something this year. We said that on the last podcast.
Yeah, but it won't be till 2017, right?
Or 16,
David
maybe.
Cage should make games more often. They're quicker.
Yeah.
David, if you're watching this, hurry the fuck up, mate. Fucking hell.
Well, he's an ideas guy, right? He must have a lot of stuff.
I'm an
on
ideas
the-
guy.
On a few irons in the fire, right? Have you got any stuff?
Good idea for a game where there's robots
Right.
that look like humans
Oh wow.
and you don't know which is which.
Holy shit! Wow. You've just come up with Blade Runner.
So it's just a screen.
Nice
It's
one.
a screen with people, and you have to click on the ones that you think are
So
you.
guess who?
This
And if you
There's
click on a
one doing
robot,
this.
it goes.
There's one doing this. Am I the robot?
No.
And the twist is, it's not. It's got Peter
Acting
Crouch.
like-
I was doing the robot. You're wrong.
acting like a robot. Right, let's,
This sounds like a good game.
it's like Guess Who but with robots. Okay. So that's Chaff. No, Spaff.
Spaff. Good.
Um,
Yeah, good shit.
Let's. This is an obvious one. Resi HD.
Oceans of spaff.
It actually sounded like he was spaffing then.
Well, it's a classic 96 game, revamped in 2002 for the GameCube, then remastered, pimped out all lovely for your lovely console that you got now. What's more to like about...
Everyone loves it in the streams as well, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gone down really well. Do you know what I like best about Resi Evil HD?
What?
Is the fact that with a lot of like classic games, because it's like 20 years old now, right? Almost.
The original, yeah.
The original. With a lot of them, they've been iterated on and improved upon over the subsequent years. So to enjoy it fully, you've got to kind of tap into that nostalgia thing. There are no games like Resident Evil anymore.
No.
There just isn't. And it's
And
great.
they are better than the Resident Evils now.
Do you know what else though?
Games are to get better, not worse.
In this time of like loads of remakes that we're seeing at the moment, it's really interesting going back 13 years to a remake that was a proper remake, not just an upscale and a
Yeah,
remaster,
that's true.
a proper from the ground up,
Yeah.
all new visuals, totally new puzzles, entirely new content. That's what a remake
That's
should
a
be in
really
my
good
eyes.
point.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a great example of a remake that's been remastered.
A lot of spaffing.
Big spaff, buy it. So
Alright.
it's only 16 quid. What are you waiting for?
You to
$20.
You to spaff.
Yeah, spaff. Yeah.
Alright, I guess we can do this with previews as well, right?
Okay.
We have Spaff, Chaff or Spaff or
I know what game this is.
what?
Dying Light.
No, I was going to say Resi Revs 2.
Oh, were you really?
Because I wanted
Alright.
to give Rich the
Okay.
option Because I've not spoken to him about it yet.
Oh right, okay.
I thought, no.
Yeah. I think the middle one at the moment.
What's the middle one?
What did you play?
I played the first Barry Burton section in episode 1. So Barry's back from the original Resident Evil, and he's brought a little girl with him who he picks up along the way on his way to the island to rescue his daughter. She's a weird little girl with some sort of supernatural power and a nightie. She looks like she's stumbled off the set of The Shining or something.
Where did you get her from wearing a nightie?
She's just.
Well, I think we're going down a path
she's
where
just this mysterious little girl who's sort of turned up out of
mysterious
nowhere.
girl.
Yeah, I think he kind of rescues her. I wasn't.
It's Peter Andre, right?
So I captured all the video, right? So I should probably watch it back and try and remember the intro. But yeah, anyway.
Is Peter Andre in it?
Yeah, he is. He is. He's one of the zombies.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
I'd pay for that.
Yeah, me too.
DLC is Andre Zombies.
I think it's a bit niche though, right?
Take that, you fucker! Oh, like, have you seen Human Traffic?
Yeah, it's rubbish.
No, but the scene where Danny dies in the back of the taxi talking about Peter Andre.
Oh, I don't remember.
Fuck off, Pete! Nobody likes you!
Really?
It's like, he actually says he sticks a coat hanger down his urethra.
Oh, God.
Does he? No, he doesn't.
No, this is what he says in the thing. He's like...
That's just wrong.
Because he was coked up and then he was going to a party and then he was just like, mate, you know what? You know what I'd love to do? And then bang! Fuck off, Pete! Nobody likes you! So it's brilliant. Watch it. Human Traffic.
No.
90s film. Classic. Amazing.
Definitely not classic.
It's in the top 10. Is it my top 10 films of all time? Brilliant. Like, but I was part of that subculture.
I was glad not to be part of that subculture.
That's just like that.
I stayed hijacked. Yeah, I was talking about Resident Evil Revelations. Just Human Traffic. Nobody likes you.
It's your fault.
Well, I said this mysterious little girl.
Mysterious girl, and I went Peter Andre, and then you went Peter Andre Zombie, and then I went Peter Andre Human Traffic.
What are our American audience thinking right now?
We haven't got one.
We have.
We have?
Yeah, we have.
You got one?
We've got one or two.
My aunt's from America.
But yeah, so Resident Evil Revelations, I played the whole Barry Burton bit. That was cool. Some story stuff, interesting, and it's funny because I played the Claire Redfield bit, so I saw how they overlapped because you're in the same environment. And then I played 6 missions of raid mode.
I said be quick.
I am trying to be quick. 6 missions of raid mode. It's you who's
Mine was more interesting than you.
Is it scary?
I think I jumped once at something that jumped out at me, but I was sort of like, ooh.
Is it puzzly?
There's puzzles, but it's typical Resident Evil stuff. Find the key. You
Isn't
can
that what
switch
we want?
characters as well, so you can be the little girl and crawl into small spaces.
Isn't that what you want from a Resident Evil game?
I guess so, yeah. Finding keys and unlocking doors and things as usual.
But it doesn't do it in
Stuff
an
like that.
exciting way.
It doesn't do it in a particularly new way or interesting way, I suppose. But it's solid, you know. I think it'll be good fun. If you liked Resident Evil Revelations 1, I think you'll like this one.
Last question.
And Raid is fun.
Do you think it justifies the episodic structure?
I asked the producer about this in an interview I had afterwards, and he said it's their response to stuff like Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad and House of Cards. Well, not House of Cards, but stuff like that where you're looking forward to the next episode.
Yeah, House of Cards is exactly the wrong example.
Yeah,
to
wrong
use,
example because I forgot you get all the episodes at once. But it's encouraging the water cooler discussions. He said, you know, after each episode. And they're going to release
anyone at work's going to go around the water cooler and go, "Did you play the next Resident Evil?"
No, probably not. But that's what they're going for.
But I can
anticipation for
expect that more than like Quantum Break.
But that's all.
But not with.
That's episodic within the game, though, isn't it? So.
But TV episodic as well, right?
Yeah.
But
But on
TV show's going to be
episodes,
shit.
do you think?
When have they ever been not shit?
There was an Assassin's Creed one a few years back.
That wasn't awful, was it?
No, hold on. What am I thinking of?
The best one I've seen are the Halo ones for Halo 4, and they were rubbish,
Oh,
but they were
Forward to
alright.
Dawn.
They were
Forward to
alright.
Dawn.
Yeah, they were alright.
Yeah, I enjoyed those.
But if they were just on telly as a standalone thing and they weren't Halo, you'd be like, "What's this shit?"
Did you not watch the Alan Wake Bright Falls miniseries?
No.
That was okay.
Was it?
Yeah, it's like a little 6-part.
But that's the best you can say about them. They're
Yeah.
passable.
Yeah, I suppose.
Wasn't that one? Defiance did alright, didn't it?
Some people.
Defiance got a
Actually-
second season, hasn't it?
Actually, Defiance is more popular as a TV show than it is as a game.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, some people were into that. Did we watched the Red Faction?
Yeah,
together,
we went to the
didn't we?
premiere of
Oh
the Red
my
Faction
God.
TV series with Robert Patrick, you know, the T-1000.
Oh yeah.
He was the star, supposed to be the star of it.
It
The
was
guy at the X-Files.
Yeah.
it was
And
dog shit.
it was boring. It was just boring.
It was really bad.
Yeah, it
What
had
is that?
decent production values, but it was just...
I don't know.
Why is it that all game to film,
I don't know.
TV, shorts, whatever, never translates very well? Is that because of the writers they get on? Is
I
it
think
because
it's the writers, the directors, and I think they take too much of an artistic license with it. So they move away from what made the game so popular in the first place. So you look at something like, I don't know, Resident Evil. They had that extra character Alice. Well, she's not in the game, so people are immediately going to go, "Oh, that's wrong. That's not right," and then they're just crap anyway, aren't they?
They were quite successful, though, weren't they?
They were successful, yeah. How many are there now? Like 7?
Seven, right? Yeah. something like that.
Jesus.
Right. So Chef's baffled.
Yeah, I think it'll be Spaff when it comes out, possibly, but I'm going to reserve judgment for
Alright.
now.
Let's talk about Dying Light for 30 seconds. And that's good. I think that's an.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Loads of it's up in the channel if you're interested. We've played quite a lot of it now. The early hours.
We streamed it again, didn't we, yesterday?
Yeah.
It's fine.
I'm enjoying it, but I can see it as a 6-7 from what I'm playing.
But some people love Dead Island, man, so you don't know.
Yeah.
It might be the game for you, but...
Lee Abrams gave Dead Island quite a high score.
9, was it? 8 or 9?
8 or something, and
Yeah.
but he panned Riptide.
Yeah,
So that was awful.
It's like 5, right? 4 or 5.
Less maybe, like 3 or something.
Yeah.
But I think Dying Light, what I've played so far, it's solid enough. It's a bit glitchy, like you trying to make that jump in that one mission last night. I've had the same problem, run into the same thing in my playthrough. So, yeah, decent but irritating in places.
Right.
So, yeah.
Let's talk for 10 minutes about potential
Cheese.
gotcha.
It is, isn't
Game
it?
of the year.
It is.
Witcher 3.
Yeah, well, 10 minutes. For a minute then, I thought you weren't going to get it.
How much did you play of it, Dan?
3.5, 4 hours.
Okay. And what did you
prologue
do?
map looks enormous.
Yeah, so we spent about 3 hours in the prologue, and then we spent probably like an hour to 45 minutes, kind of thing.
Did you say the prologue map is like the size of an RPG alone, almost?
Well, I think there was a report coming out that it's about the size of The Witcher 2.
Jesus.
Okay. The Witcher 2 wasn't
nuts.
huge,
No.
but The Witcher 2 is kind of clever with the way it presented it to make it look big, feel bigger than it
Yeah.
was. That's cool, though.
Yeah.
Do you ever think, like, maybe some RPGs and stuff are too big?
No.
No?
Yes.
Do you not think? Yeah.
Do you think Skyrim's too big?
No, well, I suppose what I'm saying is I don't think size is necessarily an indication of quality.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
of course not. No, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No, yeah. But
So when you see those headlines where they say shit like it's 12 times bigger than
I'd sooner have
whatever.
a smaller, more focused game that's just pure quality. Just
what
amazing.
happens if you can do both?
Well, then that's
Indeed.
great. Then also,
great, but
So-
and I know that
when you
CD
look-
Projekt can do that. So when you say that the prologue thing's big, I'm like, fuck yeah.
do you know what,
Yeah,
I think I'm
so-
coming at it from an angle where I sort of time is a premium these days, so I'd rather have a smaller
Oh,
game
I
I
know
can
what you
rip
mean.
through.
Bollocks.
What?
You spend more
When
time
it comes to
gaming
games.
than anybody I ever know.
Exactly, but there's
2 or 3
there's
hours
o-
every night, right?
Yeah, but there's other things
And
I
then
want
plus
to
stuff
play
in
a
the
lot of
day.
the time, like when I'm doing a review thing.
What you don't want to play in...
Oh, I've been wanting to play Exo Zombies for
No.
the past 2 nights.
But this is perfect. And when The Witcher comes out, you've got 2 games.
Still got to finish Witcher 2. There you go.
Yeah, but like when The Witcher comes out, you've got 2 games in May and June, effectively, like big games. And then, as probably usual, nothing in July, nothing till the end of August.
Well, that's what I'm looking for. Well,
So you
we'll have E3 coverage, won't we?
no, but you'll still have that game to drop back into for the next 2 or 3 months,
Yeah.
where people are usually cleaning their pile of shame.
Well, I'm
Do
looking
you know,
forward to that.
I do get that thing though where I'm like, if I've got in my pile of shame, if I've got a game that I know is going to take like something like Dragon Age Inquisition, where I'm
Put it
like,
to the bottom, right?
it's like, all right,
It's a big
I know I'm going to
time,
love
isn't
it once I get into it, but it's like it's a big commitment.
See, that's it. Dragon Age Inquisition. I've played like about 4 or 5 hours of that now. I'm
You
desperate
played
to go back
Forza
to.
the other night.
Well,
Why
that's
are you playing
because
Forza?
Sam and Tam are on it. So when they're on it, I'm compelled to join in and do an online road trip with them.
Really?
So yeah, and I'm in the whole Chivos loop now as well, where I'm starting to get purple wristband and starting to level up fast.
Yeah, that's not too bad, but like, I wouldn't play a game unless I wanted to.
Oh, I want to. I do enjoy playing with them. I'd rather sort of play Dragon Age Inquisition solo, but
It does make a big difference when you're playing with mates, though. doesn't it?
yeah, I like playing with friends now and again. It's
But
good.
you can chat in the party and stuff.
Like you and
like
me, Sunset Overdrive the other night. It was a great laugh.
But that was just us going after the achievements, and Chaos Squad is really fucking good.
It is really good when you get a proper bunch together and you're
Yeah,
all in
well,
there.
there was 8 of us.
It's not
Like,
much fun when there's like 2 of you,
No.
but when you get a load of you in, it's really great.
And the frame rate, surprisingly well, considering that there
it's
was
chaos, man.
hundreds
It's
of
crazy.
zombies, 8 of us using different elemental weapons.
I just realised I just said it's chaos. It's chaos. Chaos Squad.
It's chaos, and there was a squad of us.
Oh, it's like they thought of that when they named it.
Yeah.
There's some dirty, great big monsters in it as well. They're not all
Yeah.
just little ones, are they?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, go back to Witcher. Potential to be
Yeah.
Tell me about monster hunting.
It's amazing.
Tell me about that one that you did.
So my highlight of the entire playthrough, and I'm fairly sure nobody, maybe one other person, did this. I found this little mission to go after a monster,
Okay.
and this monster was a noon wraith. Just walked into some tiny village, went into some guy's house, as you do, because you're a witcher,
Yeah.
and he was after some help. He was like, "Oh, it's a bit of a water shortage. We can't use the well anymore because it's haunted, so we're having to use the lake. So much, like I think it was twice the distance away from the well was." And he was like, "Look, if you can help me, that'd be great." And then I was like, "How much?" And then he said, and then I haggled with him because you can haggle,
Okay.
like 2 or 3 times, and then we haggled a price, and I went to kill this monster. So I went into the woods, nothing around, no one around. And then I found this little well with 5 or 6 cabins around the outside. I started going through, you got your Witcher sense, and then you can start picking up where clues are, trails and stuff like that. So I started going through all the buildings, and it tells you the story of this bride who was eventually killed, but she was abused and she was tormented, she was a prisoner,
Sounds
and then
nice.
eventually she was thrown down the well. So you pull the well up and you pull out a skeleton, and then it goes on a little bit further, and then it's like you need something to get the spirit, so you can kill the spirit, but you need something to ground her in this world. So you have to look for an object that the bride had. So you jump into the well,
Right.
you're swimming around, you swim to the bottom, you find a bracelet, you make your way out the well and you come out miles away, and then you have to make your way back. And then you put it in front of the well, you do this ritual, and then you summon this noon wraith, and then you fight the wraith. But it's not an easy boss battle, it's
I
not like
love
just
that.
wade in.
Could they not have just got the waterboard to lay some pipes to his house? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
All this
Right?
rigmarole.
Well, but
It reminds me of that Ricky Gervais sketch
What?
where he talks about the African kids on telly where they have to walk 6
Oh,
miles
they're just
every
moving
day
closer.
to go and get some water. Why don't you just move your house closer? It's a mud hut.
Yeah.
It's not like it's made out of brick. Just build another mud hut near the water. Sorry. But The Witcher, I love the fact that there's kind of... Puzzle's a strong word, isn't it?
yeah, because they're not. Because I mean, it's very easy.
But I like
It's
the fact
like
that
you are
there's
going
a...
from point to point.
I like the
Steps, there's
foreplay of
phases.
it.
Yeah.
I like the foreplay that you're hunting it rather than just go to the bit where there's a little dot on the map and there'll be a big monster there.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
waiting
yeah.
for you. Yeah.
Yeah, so eventually you fight this monster, and it's not a matter of just wading in with a sword, because you don't do much damage. So you actually have to go into your monster. I think they call it an almanac. And you go through it and you read up on it, and it tells you her weaknesses and the strengths and stuff like that. And it tells you what spells and stuff and what combinations you should be using, and it tells you about her little tricks. So there's a spell called, I think it's Yerden or Arden, if it's a silent Y, and it puts like this area of effect spell. And when she's in it, it turns her into this kind of corporeal form where you can actually cause damage with your sword. And then when you do a certain amount of damage, she then kind of just disappears, and then 3 of them come. You're like, oh, fuck shit.
Wow.
But they're just temporary spirits that you have to destroy while she's distracting you and regenerating her health. So if you take them out really quickly, and then it just that for the entire fight. But she was 5 levels above me, and you can still beat them, but there's no like leveling up.
Right.
There's no kind of, it doesn't level out. Like she's 5 levels.
The monsters don't scale.
No,
she'll always
that's
be
the
5
word I was
levels.
looking for. Scale.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Blimey.
So
Bit of a
yeah,
challenge.
it was awesome.
Am I right in saying that, as far as you're aware, you could do a playthrough of The Witcher 3 and just never come across that?
Yeah, effectively, if you just stuck to the story, yeah,
That's
absolutely,
awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome.
And that was just one in the prologue area. And obviously you fight the Griffin in the prologue area, but for me, it's a game that I just want to stream, not to story, but just for monster hunting.
Right.
So like today we're going after monsters.
Did you get like a trophy on your belt? In 2, I think you get a thing.
No, in 3 you get a thing.
In the demo I saw it in
yeah.
3 had a head hanging off the back of his horse. So
Oh,
That's
it's brilliant.
cool.
The horse has storage compartments on it,
yeah.
so you can store stuff in the horse. So
You're going to get your money's worth out of that, aren't you?
Mm.
40 quid, 50 quid or whatever?
How many?
That's a lot of games.
Is it said how many monsters there are yet?
No, I
Don't think so.
Hundreds, right?
No, I did.
Hundreds? What? I was thinking
Well,
like a dozen or something. Oh,
Well, look, there's 2 in the prologue area.
bloody hell. Wow.
Look,
Crazy.
the Griffin and the Moonwraith.
Oh man,
And I've seen the map halfway into the
Oh,
game.
that Griffin
Quite
fight's
excited.
in the prologue, is it?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
That's right at the end of the prologue.
see if I
The
didn't
Griffin's
have
really easy after the Moonwraith. Yeah, crossbow, bang, 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 bang.
all this Witcher chat. If I didn't have Dying Light to review, I'd be going back and playing that now. I
Yeah,
think.
well, I want to do it, but I don't have my save. It's up in Sheffield, so I have to wait till I go up to Sheffield. I'm going to bring back my other
Yeah.
Xbox, and then I'm going to play it. I might stream it as well, so if anybody's interested, just
Are you going to start again, or are you just?
No, I'm playing on hard.
You're playing on hard.
Yeah,
I
and I
think
was,
I might be as well, actually.
but yeah, I remember it being really hard on hard.
Yeah.
The start's quite difficult regardless. It gets easier after that.
Yeah,
You'll
well,
be alright.
I'm in the bit where I'm out in the open, where there's the haunted kind of ruins in the forest.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah.
So I'm about a third of the way in.
Yeah,
right?
you're actually quite a chunk in.
Yeah.
I haven't fought the
loved it.
Kraken thing yet.
Yeah, I thought that was really difficult and hard.
That's what I've got to do.
Well, until you get the strategy down, that's the good thing with The Witcher. It's all about strategy.
I'm in that first village when
like-
I've got that problem.
Oh yeah, that. But then you have to do loads of stuff to get to fight the thing. But that's what I love about The Witcher. The Witcher is, if I fought the Moonwraith and I was 10 levels higher, it'd still be hard unless I had a strategy.
Okay.
But because I had the strategy, it meant that I could do it at a quite low level if I was skilled enough. Whereas games like Dragon Age, they don't do that. It's like, I can use a spell, great. Can't do much with that. But when you got actual strategies and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was a little bit glitchy. Still a bit of a lot of bugs. Technically, it was a bit of a nightmare at times. But I'm hoping that the next 3 months
I've got
will
faith in
smooth
those
that out.
guys, man. I think
Well, 3 months to polish a game is a lot.
they got
right?
the right approach.
They've completed the game. It's completed months ago. They're just polishing now.
Yeah, that's cool.
And if Bioshock Infinite went from a bit of a glitchy mess to a polished masterpiece
In a couple of
with
months,
100,
yeah.
it did that in a month.
Yeah.
So imagine what The Witcher can do in 3
In
months.
3 months, yeah.
So,
Well, it's a much bigger game though, right? But
so yeah, it's that's definitely pre-spaff.
yeah.
I'm expecting there'll be a lot of spaff.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah, and that's about it. And that pretty much wraps up episode 2517 of
Lee,
the
tell us
Full
about
English
Destiny.
podcast. Do you want to say anything about Destiny before we go?
On reflection, the Dark Below DLC is the biggest balls up I've ever played.
Really?
That's a pretty big words. Do you want to say why, or just...
Because the raid's shit
Cheese?
compared to the other
A
one.
lot of cheese.
Those 3 missions, you can blast through them in about 2 seconds.
And cheese.
And the levelling, the way they did the levelling system is just a mess.
Also cheese. Cheese?
Awesome.
Cheese?
Jeez.
Jeez. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been a pleasure as always. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends how amazing we are.
Please.
And we've got loads of good content next week, so do stick around. And obviously, if you're watching us on YouTube, do come over to our Twitch channel, Rosario Network, same as our YouTube. And if you're listening to us on iTunes, come over to our YouTube channel and our Twitch channel and just get involved and have a chat with us and the crew while we play the crew.
What? No.
No. But I think next week we're doing a game that shouldn't be mentioned. Dragon Age will probably be coming to a close in the next couple of weeks, and then we might be doing
the Arkham games or Resi maybe.
Well, Arkham we're saving for close to Arkham.
Okay.
But yeah, so thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. I've been Dan Webb.
Thanks for joining us. I've been Rich Walker.
Lee Bradley.
Cheers. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.